some indoor growers are, how can I put this, intimidated by Stonewool slabs. Don't ask me why. Maybe it's the silver wrapping, kinda looks like all super professional and scientific over your standard bag of potting mix perhaps. As for me, I've had a love affair with Stonewool slabs for many years now, so I thought it was high time that I made a short video with everything you need to know to give them a try. Here we go. First thing I love about Gro-Slabs, there are no pots to fill ever. You just start your seedlings or cuttings in A-OK starter cubes, transplant them when you're ready into 3-inch or 4-inch Delta blocks, and when you have a bunch of roots coming out of the bottom, it's time to move them onto their final destination, a Gro-Slab. Now, I'm using 3-foot-long Grodan Gro-Slabs, 360 ounces of Stonewool. You can also get double-width slabs, 12 inches wide at 720 ounces. Now, you might be thinking that 360 ounces is not a whole lot of growing media, but that's where you'd be wrong. Stonewool slabs are the commercial growers' go-to when it comes to growing monster plants. They can support major production. In fact, it's not uncommon to see 2 or 3 14-foot-high tomato plants growing out of just one of these in a commercial greenhouse. Here in my grow room, however, I prefer squatter, more compact plants, so I'm going to use 4 of these slabs to grow 16 bushy little chili plants. I planted, count 'em, 1, 2, 3 varieties: Cheyenne, Prairie Fire, and Purple Tiger. Now, it turns out that my Purple Tiger isn't actually Purple Tiger because the seed company claims they made a mistake and put Purple Prince in the wrong packet. But that's another story, and a big thank you to my Facebook friend Rob Maxfeld for spotting it had the wrong leaf shape. Anyway, under grow lights, you can easily grow 3 or 4 compact-sized plants in a single grow slab. As always, when growing indoors, be sure not to veg your plants up too long, otherwise you'll suddenly have an impenetrable jungle on your hands, which is difficult to illuminate efficiently using just grow lights. I'm using soft mesh netting to spread out the canopy, an important tip when growing light-loving flowering plants indoors. Alright, let's talk prep. Like all Stonewool products, grow slabs need to be pre-soaked. If this sounds like an onerous task, then listen up. It's worth it for the end result. First, do not remove the UV-resistant packaging, ever, as it helps to protect roots and keep your slabs moist and algae-free. The plastic wrap stays on right through harvest time. On the top side, look for the arrow, cut some X's at each plant site. You'll want them just big enough so that you can fold the flaps up and insert your Delta block snugly into place later, okay? Don't cut the drainage slits at the bottom just yet. The next step is to fill up the entire bag with your pre-soaked solution. I'm using 90% reverse osmosis and 10% tap water, pH adjusted to 5.5. You can use just tap water if you like, but it must be pH adjusted. You can tell the slab's full when the sides start to bulge out. Now let the slab chill like this for at least a half an hour, and then carefully, I say carefully, flip it over to one of its sides, it'll be heavy, and cut some drainage slits. Ideally, the slice should go from the bottom up the side just a little bit and evenly spaced between the planting sites on the other side. Now, put some at the ends of your slabs too. Carefully transfer the slabs into a purpose-made grow tray like this. They're designed for the job. I pour around 4 cups of a mild nutrient solution into each plant site. Now, some growers prefer to recirculate nutrient solution through the slab with drippers for a few hours for a more balanced nutrient distribution throughout the slab. Whichever method you use, it should be the same strength that your plants are already used to. In this case, around 600 ppm or 1.2 millisiemens, pH 5.5. Then take each plant and sit it on the slab. Ensure that the Delta block is moist, otherwise remoisten it with nutrient solution, and that's it. Well, that's it for 4 or 5 days. Don't re-irrigate during this time as it encourages the roots to venture into the slab. And then, after the 4th or 5th day of the rooting period, I manually top feed with around 4 cups of nutrient solution per plant. That's about a liter once or twice a day. I could hook it up to a dripper system straight away, but there's something quite zen-like about starting off manually. Plus, you get more of a feel for your plants. As for automation, top feeding with 1 dripper per plant is my recommendation. Ebb and flow makes the slabs too wet. I use 1 dripper stake per plant, inserted into the Delta block, irrigating through the top block and not directly into the slab. It's always preferable as new roots are always formed at the base of the plant in the Delta block itself. And as you can see, I've used a small piece of wood to create a slight gradient to aid drainage. This really isn't strictly necessary, but it's something I like to do. If you're looking to use Stonewool slabs in a vertical growing system, then choose something like the Pargrow V slab, as it has denser wool for improved lateral distribution. Runoff should be approximately 20 to 30% of the volume of the nutrient solution that you deliver. Now, check out my other video on DIY dripper systems for more information. You should periodically compare the concentration and pH of your runoff with your feed solution, and I'll talk about this some more in a follow-up video. But, as always, please, please, please hit me up with any questions in the comments, and a big, 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 big thank you to all of you beautiful people who have subscribed already. I mean, it's free after all, and a simple click on that enticing red button is like an automatic dose of serotonin shot directly into my brain. I mean, it's just a shame you can only subscribe once, because I know like some of you would just be sitting there clicking all day pressing my joy button. But hey ho, thanks for listening. Bye for now. This is Everest, out.